NTE Sports 24, where sports thrive.
This is Sports 3 on the network service of NTA, Africa's largest television network. Warm welcome to our conversation segment on Sports 3. And I have with me in the studio that is going to converse with me this today, a cycling legend, a prolific cyclist that have toured some African countries, including Nigeria, Maurice. Maurice, you are welcome to Sports 3.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right, you are from South Africa.
Right.
And it's not easy to actually cycle, to ride a bicycle from UK to some African countries, and you now pause in Nigeria right here.
Correct.
So what is actually the motivating factor?
So I had a change in my life and I was looking for a new purpose. I was looking for an adventure and I was looking for something to inspire me for the journey ahead in my life more than anything else. So my journey is broken up with two purposes. One is a personal one of healing, and the other one is to meet people, understand different cultures, communities, learn how countries work, and see where I can give back.
All right, so how far have you gone impacting to people?
So the countries I've already cycled through, I've had some really nice impact in Sierra Leone and Ghana already, where we're working with young people, taking the kids off the street, giving them bicycles, working with people who are giving them bicycles. We had 5 children that we put into school last week, that we've got them into school for a year that weren't going to school. We're busy working with a group of 14 young people in both Sierra Leone and Ghana, cyclists who are representing their country, and we're seeing if we can get them scholarships to go and study abroad. So any young person that I come across or that I can work with that is representing their country or is showing an interest in cycling,
Okay.
I jump on board.
We have a lot of cyclists in Nigeria.
Yep.
We have a lot of them. So what are your plans?
So my plans are to meet any cycling clubs that are open to meet with me. I'd like to understand how they're working, what are they doing to encourage young people to come on board. I then would use my network, my people that I know, and see what we can do to assist.
Okay, like in the Nigerian case, the Nigerian factor, most kids, they cycle just for leisure. So how do you discover a talent? How do Nigeria discover talent among these numerous kids?
So I think there's 2 factors that I'm picking up the difference between the Western world and Africa, really, at the end of the day. Number one, and I do understand it, Africa is a hard, harsh environment, and a lot of people survive in Africa. They don't see that their children can just go and ride a bicycle and commit hours and hours to a sport where there's no money and they can't see a future. So there's 2 aspects. One is, I think parents need to see that there is a future in sport, that if children do commit and do achieve, that there is actually an outcome that could be a positive one. So I think that's one. How do you win the parents over, that the parents actually support their children to move forward? And then the other one is how we found in the past is we haven't been too selective. Where there is a child that is on the street, not going to school, we give them a passion. So the person I'm working with, I can't claim the credit for that, but the person I'm working with, when he sees these people, he literally takes that young person, he gives them a bicycle, and he starts showing them that if you ride your bike and you join the club and you come somewhere every day to do your training, your life has got purpose. There's meaning. And those young kids just progress. It's unbelievable. If I look, he's got 27, this one particular club I'm talking about. 3 of them represented their country in October.
Is Nigeria a potential world beaters when we're talking about cycling?
Absolutely. I think at the end of the day, if children are given the opportunity to ride, they will achieve. There's no reason why children in Nigeria will not achieve in cycling. If you start having a look around and you look at the children, Rwanda, Benin, Kenya, all around, they're achieving in cycling, and they're starting to come through the ranks. It's not a sport in the past that's been popular. It's been athletics, it's been football, it's been other sports, but
That's true.
they are starting to come through in cycling. And there are more and more young people that are achieving in cycling.
By the time you arrived in Nigeria, what was the experience like? People
Arriving in
cheering you,
Nigeria?
when you arrived in Nigeria?
My expectation what everybody told me and what you read is be careful, it's dangerous, and beware. I can tell you that I've had the total opposite experience. Arriving at the border
Wow.
post, I was telling somebody this morning, it was the friendliest border post I've ever been through, not just in Africa. I've traveled extensively around the world. I have never been received so well. My trip from the border to Lagos, I went through 14 roadblocks. And everybody is warned, if you are a biker, motorbiker, or an overlander, roadblocks are something you fear because you're going to be bribed, you're going to be put under pressure. I wasn't asked for one bribe.
Wow.
I was accosted with photographs and questions and what are you doing and where you going, and the number of officials that took my number and made sure I got to Lagos okay was amazing. So I had the most incredible experience arriving
That is
into Nigeria.
amazing.
It was phenomenal. And it hasn't stopped. The friendliness, the kindness, the hospitality. Nigeria has really overwhelmed me with the welcome.
Well, that's a plus for Nigeria, and that is who we are in Nigeria. We are accommodating. Our level of hospitality is always like that. But now I want to ask this question because it affects me personally, and I'm very sure it might also affect some people watching us at home. So how do I ride a bicycle as a starter, as a beginner? I have this fear anytime I'm on bike that I'm going to fall. So what is the magic?
What is the magic? I think, number one, you need momentum. So if you're not moving forward, your bicycle is going to be unstable. So the trick at the end of the day is to have the courage to actually start moving. And once you move and you start pedaling, so long as you keep momentum going, the balance will stay. It's only when you slow down and when you stop that it becomes a problem. Absolutely. I don't want to say I had to relearn how to ride my bicycle again, but my bicycle weighs 70 kgs.
Wow.
It's a really heavy bicycle. It's a totally different bicycle to ride. But I would just say get on the bike and ride. Just go and have fun. Go and enjoy it. There are so many wonderful places that I've ridden through. Mountain bikes, road bikes, it doesn't matter which it is, but just to be outdoors and enjoy. And this country's got so much space. It's got
All right,
so
you
many
have this
outdoors.
opportunity to talk to millions of Nigeria watching also. What would be your last comment on the show today? Your advice for members of the public generally and members of the Nigerian Cycling Federation and probably the youth out there watching.
So my advice would be, you've got to actually find what you're passionate about. Follow your dreams and do what excites you every day. Don't try and please other people. Find something that actually makes you want to get up out of bed and get going. I love to meet anybody who's involved in sports, cycling. I love sharing ideas. I love listening. I love hearing what the problems are. Sometimes I've got a solution, sometimes I don't.
Maurice, it's nice having you on Sports Street today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming. And those are the words of Maurice Idelson, a legend when we're talking about the game of cycling. And his words are clear. Just get your passion, know what you want to do, and focus on it, and you are going to achieve. As Nigeria is on the verge of making and writing history in terms of the sport called cycling. Sports Street will return after this time out. Please stay tuned.